Good Saturday morning. It's 21st of June, 2025. First full day of summer. Summer hit us 10:42 last night, or 10:41, depends on which one you're looking at. So yesterday was supposedly the longest day of the year, although I think it kind of fluctuates a little bit around this date. But anyway, this is the first full day of summer. You can start feeling about it like it. The highs are around 90 today. No rain at all. Just some hazy-ish skies as we start to warm up. Here's typically what happens in this type of weather. You get a trough out here in the west, and you see these strong southerly winds. When you get a dip in here, you get a ridge in the east, and we're going to get this strong ridge of high pressure to build in this region. And it's going to stagnate. It's going to get stronger as this trough gets stronger as well. We start to see that get knocked down late this week, and I'll show that as we head forward. But that's kind of what we're seeing as we head into the future here. So moving forward, nothing's going to change really in the look and feel here of the weather map for our neck of the woods. It's going to be hot. And this high, this strong high that I mentioned, look at that, it's double-barreled high. In the upper atmosphere, it's a big heat dome. I'll show that in a few minutes. That dome is basically sinking air. As air sinks, it warms as it spreads out, and it just gets super hot. By Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're really, really cooking here. Highs could well get up around 100 degrees. We could hope that maybe a shower and storm would somehow form along the mountains, but it just, with a high over top of you, it suppresses the likelihood of anything like that showing up. So this dome is locked here with a lot of heat and a little bit of stagnant air there for a while. It's not until Wednesday, maybe Thursday, more likely, that we could start to see it starting to get knocked back by this trough here in the west is going to try to undercut or push it out of the way, move that region out of the way, and then that starts to weaken the area. And of course, you get all that lift and that heat. Maybe we can get something to happen. These lows in these areas and stuff, I wouldn't necessarily lock in on a low pressure system, but we are going to see little disturbances possibly help to knock down some of the heat as well. When I say knock it down, I mean low to mid 90s. I don't mean like really cool, but we'll see how this works out. Still hot, and the hot kind of tries to stick around. This is way out in Saturday. Saturday looks, like we could have some showers and storms. We'll have to see. I don't think any one day is going to be clear as to whether or not we're going to get showers and storms. But the heat kind of rebuilds here briefly as we get a stronger southwesterly flow and southerly flow. And then the question is whether or not this front can knock in this high from the north, can knock it out of place. If it can, we're going to cool off. And I hope it's going to happen right around the first part of July. It takes a while to get here to move that stuff out of the way, but this high is much cooler than the southern Bermuda high that you see going on. And if that sets up right, it could make it so that we have a good 4th of July time period. It may bring the chance of weakening things and could cause some showers and storms. We'll just have to see. I mean, do not get fixated on timing, fronts, storm systems, everything else. But this would be a cooler look before it warms right back up, because here we go again. Trough in the west, ridge in the east, so it's going to warm right back up the way this looks right here. Thought it'd be good to show you the upper air pattern. As you see this heat building here in the central part of the country and the ridging, you see the wind barbs. This is a high, going around this ridge. This is 850 millibar level, so it's up top. And you can see how it warms up, and the warm air just sticks around. It doesn't go anywhere. And eventually, though, you see this troughiness here to the west start to try to knock it out. So we'll see. It's still really hot. The heat dome is right overhead. Look at that high circulating right over top of us. It's not until the trough out west, which eventually does show up, starts to try to knock it, and it knocks it further south, the heat dome. And then we start to get this influence up to the north that could potentially help us out. So that's what, I'm hoping that we should see happen long range, is this cooler air mass tries to come in from the north, and you can see it here, knocking the heat, which is the ridge, the big bubble here down the south. This doesn't represent it very well. Moving it out of the way and further south. And there is the real cool air as the trough finally takes shape. Of course, that could come with severe weather, but definitely cooler air if this is true way far out. And that's easy to show in the anomalies. So if we look at these surface temperatures and we look at the anomalies here, you'll see this kind of transform over time. Don't be looking at like the nighttime, look at more at the day. So this is showing really warm temperatures, 10, 15, maybe as much as 20 degrees above normal in some spots at times. But staying hot. You see that these are 10, 15 below, above normal. Remember, we're getting close to our 90 degrees is our normal high. So 10 degrees above is near 100. So don't be thinking that's a big deal. But here late in the period, as we see, we start to see it get knocked down some. So, of course, we still get the heat. I mean, this is all the way to Sunday at the end of the month. So, I mean, we're talking a week from tomorrow before finally, boom, we see this cool air get pushed down. And this is that troughiness. And that's right around the 1st or 2nd of July. And then maybe we stay below normal for a few days. That would be really welcome. Heat index values. This will be the thing that is going to be crazy. We're going to go local here now. We'll go local. And this is, first of all, the max temperatures. I'm just going to book through this. You're going to look for maximum temperatures here daily. And they're staying right around the mid and upper 90s until we get to a week. This is even a week from now already. You know, here we see some low 90s versus upper 90s, but really not much change at all until maybe late in the period, maybe Saturday, Sunday of next weekend, we see temperatures still, you know, up in the 90s or so. And then, like I said, it slightly resurges and then it really gets knocked down. I mean, we'll have to see if this comes true. If this does, this will be an epic cool down after a really, really hot temperatures. Heat index values are just going to suck. And I'm trying to go through this quick because I know I'm making this long already. Everybody knows it's going to be hot, and I'm just making it, you know, showing you just how hot it could be. There's low hundreds on Tuesday, then maybe at low hundreds on Wednesday. I'm not sure it's going to meet the heat advisory criteria. If it does, it would probably be like Tuesday, Wednesday, or is more likely. And then, like I said, here's where they get the heat up next weekend before finally then a cool down. But remember, it's really hot and humid, so it's not till way late in the period that we see those temperatures relieve, you know, and go down during the hottest part of the day to a lower level. So here's our forecast for our rain amounts. Not a lot. It just depends on how many showers and storms we get around. There are scattered, so maybe a quarter to a half an inch. We'll need the rain to stick around. Don't have to worry about the drought right now. All is well. Anyway, all we got to say is it's going to be hot. That just explained it, showed it, and showed when maybe we get relief right around the beginning of July. We could get knocked down there by that trough. We'll have to just see if that impacts us with any rain or showers and storms activity. All right, have a good one.